Okay, there we go. We're here. We are alive. Yay.
For the last time with these characters.
Got a little touch and go there for a hot minute.
We got through it.
Yeah.
Dog?
What do you mean, Tom?
You don't need a dog. Dog's with you.
Yeah. The dog's not real. The dog's dead and spent many a year.
Nah, he's good. Okay. So what happened is we didn't die.
Yeah. We won.
Actually, not accurate. Merlin died, but then he undied.
Yeah.
True.
What happened is we won. Somehow.
Through all of the bips and bobs and everything, you did actually pull through. It is the first of the first year.
Oh boy.
Wow.
But I did kind of want to close it out here, not because I hate everything, but because it is time to move on. The story of your heroes besting Oblivion will be most likely known for generations to come, but I did want to see what else you guys wanted to do after that.
Been too many years with this world not having a goddamn motherfucking adventurers guild. That's what I'm doing. I've been working on this for 3 fucking campaigns. I finally have a character who's renowned enough and has enough sway that can do it, Presence. I want to start it.
An adventure.
Yeah, no, there's still shit. There's still monsters around the world that need to get killed, and mercenaries are touch and go.
Man's got a point.
It is true.
Yeah.
It's hard to hire mercenaries to fight monsters.
Outside of the blood hunters, which are here and there. I'd like to, create a better standing of an organization that's able to actually do some of that shit, so that way you don't have to wait on random heroes chosen once a century to come save the world through plot reasons.
What will you call it?
I don't know yet. I haven't put that much thought into it. I got to it on Friday. When you messaged me is when I started thinking. Because this week has been rough.
You can always call
That's
it
fair.
the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, we could just call it the Adventurers Guild, and I could be completely unoriginal. And we'll rank them based on money instead of fucking letters.
Could call them Slayers.
Yeah, I'll put more thought into it.
I am writing down what you're saying to be added later, so you guys can keep talking. So Adventurers Guild brand.
I mean,
where's
beyond
this headquartered?
I'm assuming we're gonna start in the Ice Scald because the Ice Scald is already semi-militarized. So if I can start there and get a foothold there where I can teach people about it and have them go and do stuff and spread out through the world, then I could extend outwards like Ocarius, where we have some of a connection, the wastes, and then once I conquer the eastern part of the northeastern part of the world, we'll expand west. I'm also going to be a family man because I have one of those.
Okay, got both.
Yep, that is straight up it.
Works for me. Who wants to do the next one? Sal, do you have ideas? Or I guess I could say what Sunak wanted to do.
Yeah,
Yeah, what's he doing?
He is trying to figure out what to do with said dungeon crystal that he took. He wants to. He's imagining that because he basically put it in his genie bottle, it has kind of merged with the genie that was his warlock patron. And I kind of like the idea. So I was gonna go with the idea that when we actually go to Aquarius's map, there used to be, and I remember narrating this a while ago. This and those two lines I just drew used to be ancient water beds. I remember I narrated that at some point.
I remember you saying that there were like water
So,
and shit.
Yeah, something like that.
yeah. So he is going to basically create an oasis. I'm not sure if it'll be there or wherever I might put it in the desert. Maybe just like that. That seems fun. Actually putting an oasis in the desert, probably where his CH used to be, and bringing water back to life. So imagine that this thing, maybe it creates a vortex somewhere else in the world to summon the water from, and then basically pumps the water out in the Asharan desert and creates its own water temple.
Make my own water temple. Blackjack and hookers.
Blackjack. Platform 9 3/4.
Yeah. So Tazira becomes some sort of orb that creates a wellspring. He wanted to make it like reality warping and everything. I'm not sure about that idea, but bringing life to the desert, and eventually over probably the next century, the desertification of it would have dwindled to nothing.
That's cool.
That was his idea. And then he would also want to bring democracy and unity. We'll see how that all plays out. While Sunak's in the seat of power, I believe the desert nomads go from desert to water rich to now that there's an actual river and the stream at the bottom actually grows, they become more of a powerhouse out here, rivaling that of the other Sharans, and kind of bringing a little bit more civilization to the barbaric tribes out there. That was his idea.
Are they still gonna juice people?
They don't need to because there's actually water next. Everything they did was for water. But then we'll move on to Nex.
Yeah. Who's that?
You, Carmador 64.
Karmamopolis.
I forgot where we put your temple. Wasn't it like over here?
I think so. Because isn't that the same river where Milgard is or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, so temple over there. I mean, Herondor just immediately after is going to need a minute because he really didn't think he was making it out of there. So that's nice.
This is like for your remaining life, what you wanted to do.
Yeah. What are your life plans?
Well, he wants to reconnect with Igneo because he's the new guy, basically, right? What did I write down? We wrote this down. While he was in there, he did one more thing on top of the one thing he did. He made Karma big. Karma's a big boy now.
He is a horse-sized mastiff now for the rest of his life.
However short that is.
I mean, he's already been alive for like 20 years, so who knows?
Yeah, no, I was like, the dog's dead. It's been a lot.
He does want to, like, just see if what he did worked. right? See if he can find the reliquary. It doesn't need to, like... Even if it's still just forming, he just wants to see that what he did, what he risked his butt for is there.
I'd imagine at some point you do stumble across the reliquary looking for his information, and it kind of, at one point, you actually do, probably maybe even your own temple, you walk into one of those long hallways and you find yourself in the reliquary. And yeah, I don't know what's out there for you, that you could find some information on something. Maybe just helping Sunak with his task. You actually find information in there to help Sunak create this Oasis temple that he wanted to. Probably using your own magic to create a temple in there, and then placing that artifact, that the genie bottle of Sunak's thing, would create the Oasis. But it floods, it sinks in. It does all that stuff to eventually become the water temple. I can see all that. So you actually gain that knowledge from that temple or the reliquary.
That works. I wanted to help Sunak or see what Sunak was going to do with that thing anyway, so that all works together. Yeah, he wants to reconnect with Ignium and see what he wants to do, right? Does he want to? What is he now, and what's he want to do with it? And
what does he want to do with it? It is more Sildor than Ignium now.
Yeah. So does he want to keep? That's what I'm trying to think. Like, does he want to keep being like the god of sailors, making it home, or does he want to like become a dude again? Or obviously he doesn't want to get banished. Nobody wants that. But like,
hey, you've had this immense power for about a century. Do you want to go back to being a normal ass guy?
Oh.
That would be it. Is if Sunak, or not Sunak, Sildor wanted to be a normal guy, it's past his lifespan. So he either stays the god, or he gives up and just basically says, "Job well done. I can go to sleep," and kind of like takes the retirement entirely.
He'd probably stick with it now that he can like think, right? He doesn't have fate poking in the back of his head constantly. But Herodor wants to reconnect with him. He just saved the world. He wants an attaboy. Like...
What an attaboy.
Oh. I mean, ever since Sildor saw you in the Fey Temple, he has always known that you'd amount to something greater. Because you still had your head when he was losing his at that point. And since you've actually defeated and banished Oblivion, like that's knowledge the world now has, is that they're gone. And even though some people have died, Oblivion was released for what felt like half a day, and it did do damage to the world, but it's a few scars that the world is healing from. And the world also owes it to your party group, the whole group entirely, but Sildor is giving you that good old attaboy. You banished the god that he tried to last to prevent.
Ooh.
That makes all sense.
If you're gonna visit, what's his face, Ignium, Sildor, then Merlin definitely wants to tag along, to go to him, talk to him, figure more things out about how it was being abound, etc.
Okay, can do that probably.
What happens to Ignium though next? This is your old character now returned, with everything that you know as a player. What would you like to happen to it?
So now that he's like an actual bound and not slapped on the fate, like how much of him is gonna be him? Like
he has full control as any bound would. He's able to do just basically what Pantheon's done, is exist with its own rationale behind him.
That's nice.
That's terrifying.
I mean, the Fate Oblivion dynamic was kind of the whole problem, so he's probably just gonna, you know, stick with his domain for now, but kind of figure out more about what's going on in the world. And
It would be no surprise to Ignium or you. Um, the more you stick your neck out as a god, the more other gods are seeing that. You know, like, it's not all just sunshine and roses. You have unlimited power. You do need to worry about other gods out there learning your name, sending things to take your name, and all this other stuff. He might not know, or you might know where your vault is. I don't really know. If you want to put it on the map somewhere, I'll make it canon. But it's not all sunshine and roses, even for a god. Gods usually try to keep their head down low, else things happen. And you would also know that the ones that you didn't banish, their names are out there. They're basically being reconstituted as far as you know. It could take decades, maybe even a century before they fully reform, including Avkavar and Mordekar.
And keep
well, he's got an entire religious order, so he might just, because Afkavar would certainly be a problem. Imagine he won't be happy when he wakes up. He'd probably be looking for people like that too, but maybe just not himself, right? And Herendor's probably got like another 60-ish years to go, so he can help too.
Yeah, works for me.
But now that Sildar can do whatever the fuck he wants to go see his son.
You have a kid?
Timmy. Earth.
It's not really his kid, it's
Oh,
adoptive.
right.
Yes.
The not real kid.
Yeah, of course. You can go and re-meet up with Timmy. I mean, Sildor and Timmy can see each other one last time and maybe spend the last few years that Timmy would have. He has gotten very old, even for a half-cursed creature. His life's kind of been stretched enough as it is. I'd imagine it's the same thing. Like, he fades, slowly over time, and eventually will accept. I'm not sure when Timmy dies, but eventually he will die a peaceful death, which is more than he could ever ask for.
Woohoo. Yeah, Herendor's gonna keep his god's name to himself, right? Because that just sounds like a bag of trouble. And he's just gonna live the rest of his life being a cleric to Ignium, and occasionally probably going out and stomping something when it needs stomping out. And however long Karma lives, he's lived damn long enough, but he's wouldn't be upset if he lived as long as Herendor did.
Yeah, eventually you'll have to say goodbye to Karma. And when the time arises, Herendor is a high cleric of Ignium, the unbinder of Oblivion, and a slew of titles. And either you dispatch your own holy order on him, whatever else makes narrative sense. Herendor exists for the life of himself before he eventually, too, as all living things do, will fade away. But what is Merlin? And if there's, do you have anything else? Sorry, next.
I was gonna say final thing because you mentioned the Holy Order. I forgot about that entirely. He'd probably
Yeah, that hit squad that you made.
he'd probably, since Brand's trying to make an organization, just have the Holy Order kind of help with that. Like,
yeah.
you know, because a good adventuring party needs a healer, or else they're dead in like 3 minutes.
All right, I will make a clerical order that helps the Adventurers Guild.
Woo. think that's about it.
Faye Merlian.
Yes. Grab this again. What I had in mind was that Merlin will want to go along with Harandor to find Ignium, at least go talk to him and figure out how he's now doing, how the bound, how it is being abound, etc. And just to find out more information about that. It's just Merlin being curious about everything. And aside from that, Phalian would like to head home for once again. Now that he found Merlin again, he can finally face his tribe again to let them know what happened and see if they're okay, if they need help, anything like that. And after that, Phalian will help Merlin to study the staff that he got, to see how living artifacts are made, how they have seemingly a piece of someone inside of them, and maybe see if they could recreate it in some way.
Merlin creates a magical staff that can't help but argue with everything.
Hold on, I'm gonna write that down.
It's like a Magic Mouth on steroids. That's it.
That would totally be.
Like we discussed, it would be your Magnus Opie, right?
Yeah, Magnus Opum.
Yeah, Magnus Opum. That's it. You will. I was thinking Magnus, and then my brain went to modus operandi, which is like your motive. Yeah, you will eventually learn how to create something. Whether I'll figure it out unless you figure it out by then, what it is exactly that you create. But that'll be an artifact for future games or thrown in there at some point for people to find or however it goes about. I will definitely make one for both you and Phalian. If anyone else wants one, I mean, brand your swords can become legendary or whatever else you want to become legendary.
They are already legendary.
I meant like your Stormfist. Yeah. Same with Merlin or Harandor. If you want anything kind of also to be like whatever you like the best. But yeah. I just want to kind of get this. This probably could be very quick. I want to just make sure everything is kind of for a future campaign. I will be adding it in lore and stuff like that. You've altered the world. It'll be fun to see how everything changes and eventually what I choose to make the next story because it has to become a thing.
Yeah,
yes,
makes sense.
It's totally fine if you need a minute or two, because I certainly need a minute.
Oh no, I'm not talking like next week. This is gonna take probably the same time as like 2 to 3 months, maybe more. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I'm fine with that because like I need a minute.
I have to find something to play.
Yeah.
Ari needs help with something.
No, like character-wise for this next game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I'm in 4 D&D campaigns, and I will be running one. I don't need more D&D to play. I'm full, my man. I've got 5 days of the week I play D&D.
What we could do now with the time left over, because we've got like a couple of hours, we could start like looking into what characters we want to play for the potential next campaign, even if it's gonna be in a couple of months. Or
no, I'm going to be updating a lot of stuff.
Okay.
Guns themselves are going to be updated. I know Brian wants to play one, but I'll
do.
try to
I
make
wanna
them
use-
fun.
I'm taking fucking Fruitsty's spot. I'm playing the ranged character.
But is there anything you guys know, plot holes or things you want further explained, or not everything would make sense because I probably did alter the lore like 8 times over like the last 5 years. You're free to feel ask questions because I wanna see how much I missed or messed up.
Okay, so First of all, I want to know
Where's this
more
golden
about
tower?
Golden Tower.
Yeah, the Gold Tower.
Yeah, man.
I
Was
was, I
it
was
a Golden
thinking,
Tower, not an Onyx one?
I was
No,
thinking the
no.
same thing.
It's been a golden. It was a golden tower up until we met Avkavar.
It has no. It was a Tower of Golden Fields. I'm pretty
Yes.
sure I've always kept it an obsidian tower that
I
looks
could
out.
have remember it was gold.
Yeah, looks out upon Golden Fields and looks out towards the an ocean of some sort, which would be Zol Kodom. The figure that Javern had seen, I guess, would eventually have become Mordekar, and until the volcano erupted, which probably, let's just say, was the last century. It was Golden Fields.
Okay. Yeah, that was my big one. I was like, we've been pitched this golden tower.
I always knew it as an Onyx Tower, but
I thought it was a Golden Tower
Onyx or
too.
black. It was something black. It was
I
a
was-
black tower.
I was rewatching our first and second campaign with a buddy of mine because he's like, "What?" I was showing him stuff. He's like, "This is recorded." And I'm like, "Yep." So we watched the first campaign.
My condolences.
That poor guy. Yeah.
My video quality is shit.
He doesn't care about. He had fun. Like it was a blast for him to be like, "Man, this is what you do every Saturday." I'm like, "Yeah, basically." So no.
cool.
You look out
Alright,
and
let me
see the
see.
northern sea and realize you're somewhere within a tall, desolate structure that stands in the place known as the Golden Fields, somewhere in the north. Behind you, you see a small gold tablet. Crystalline creatures move about here and there, and there's a name on the tablet you can briefly make out before you're ripped away, feel imprinted of knowledge. It's known as a reliquary, a vault, a place where houses are referred to as a binding. Whatever you see here was made before creation. There's something within this vault darker, some imposing presence calling itself oblivion. It is exactly what I have. 1/2/21. So
Man, why did I get
January
fucking gold
2nd.
tower?
It's just the golden description and then just stuff merging together. Like it happens.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's funny. That is literally 4 years and 9 months ago.
Yep.
So yeah, I kept looking for the tablet too, right? And then it was a ball of disintegrating.
So yeah, obviously the lore has changed. It went down underground. The tower turned into Zolkadon for Avkavar's domain, who built it over it as a seat of power, because he's always wanted to try to get there, but he couldn't because of plot reasons.
Until
because-
Sunak broke this dungeon.
So
Yeah.
I was expecting the last minute backstab from somebody. I just honestly thought it was gonna be what's his face, the mage guy, the
Moggy.
Amagi. All right, so
Nah,
I was expecting like we have the tablet, it's in reach, there it is, and then Amagi shows up, and it's like, oh shit, and then you gotta like fight him to get to it.
Nah, I've been waiting to fight Adkavar and Mordekar for weeks by that point. I was like, I know this is happening. I can feel it in my bones. That went way too smoothly. Amagi's dead.
Yeah. No, Amagi is not dead, unfortunately. Amagi is an elder vampire. So
So we could have bound him and then killed him that way. Damn it!
Damn, you're a vampire.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like Amora
Yeah, but-
was, and how she quote unquote resurrected Concierge. You know,
Yep. So we
Concierge
love
was-
elder vampires.
yeah,
So
it was
much
an
fun.
elder vampire. That lore kind of changed in the middle of this campaign. Because eventually I was thinking, like, how is Amagi? The bound don't make sense. He can't be a bound. He has to be a cursed creature. Oh, I could just do this storyline. That'd be great. And then I remember a few times them saying, someone said, I think it was Afgar said, oh, those bloodsuckers. He
Yep.
was talking about Amagi.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Like I said, the lore did change. I'm sorry. 4 years changes a person.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah, of course.
It's okay. What would be the best class to use a gun?
Matt Mercer's
You really
gunslinger.
just want to make You just really want to make your characters, don't you?
I mean,
I do.
I spiral when we go into D&D really bad. So on Wednesday, I got back from my class around 3:20, and I was like, you know what? I'll do some homework, and then I had a lore thought for my game that I'll be running. And I'm like, man, I should write down this. 3 hours later, I wrote 14 pages. Did not do my homework Wednesday.
Damn.
You will see in the journal if you ever want to. I did write down. I did make them all public. You should see the grand plot, mostly, and there's all the sessions. I had actual notes for it. You can see that there's a big gap between some sessions. It goes from like 23 to 31. Yeah, it's been fun.
Where are they?
Journal.
Journal entry
1.0.
Yeah.
1.0, the
Big
big
plot.
plot.
Oh, and then grand plot mostly. I see.
Yeah, there's the old palace. So even the palace had its own. Yeah, I had a lot of stuff just waiting, just in case you guys were like to stumble upon it, and see how it goes. Yeah.
Herendor still needs to name the stupid shield, but for the life of me, I just can't come up with anything.
That's fine. I'll just make a note of that, Herendor. Your shield will be named in the future campaign.
Because technically it was a legendary item shoved into something else, but it's still a new thing. It needs a name. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, that's fine. I got it. It'll be something called in the future, named after you. Was there any other big plot holes you guys cared about?
Trying to think.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's been too much, right? It's been so much. It's like, what's...
Well, the grand plot's right there, so you can see the spectrophage. At one point, the artifact was supposed to be like the tie-in for the big MacGuffin, and would eventually become something. I just really struggled to make it something. Like, I really did struggle to find something to do with it.
Artifact? There's so many
For what?
artifacts.
Or what?
Oh wait. There was something.
The artifact you guys got at the very start, with the spectrophage, literally the first 5 sessions, you killed that worm creature in the guy's dream and everything.
I wasn't there for the first, like, opening a little bit.
We killed the dude.
Remember, you went and saw a witch, and then
Yep.
you had to help Lady
She was
Karina
nice.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I remember.
Oh yeah, didn't we start off with, like, there's multiple artifacts we need to collect? And then we just kind of didn't?
Yeah, I think it literally became like it just, you guys started doing other things, so I was just like, I'll just go with whatever you guys want to do and follow it out. And I throw out. I felt like I threw out a whole bunch of stuff, but I really didn't care. I mean, there was 1 second where the artifact was in Brand's hand, and he saw the the fucking glimpse into oblivion. I was
Yup.
like,
That was terrifying.
Okay, there was this one. I've kept hold of it. I don't think I ever figured out what it was meant for in the end.
That's Afterbar. Can't you see it?
Ah, in the game chat.
look. Oh, in the chat. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just supposed to be Goblin King. I mean, at one point he was gonna be something. I didn't really play out, but I like the idea that that's what Avkavar actually depicts himself as in reality.
So we introduced Afghavar, and my mind went back to that. I'm like, is that just a statue of Afghavar? Like, This is me in my heyday. This be the
So,
main propaganda point I use.
This plot hook was initial before Half Kafar was finished, but it is funny that I didn't remember this, to be completely honest. But Half Kafar, yeah, he had no armor, and he had a blade, the Regal Flame Blade.
And he
So
had horns. Yep.
yeah, and he had horns. It all works out. It's perfect. Yeah, that's Half Kafar. That's what he thinks himself as. That's him in his Alpha Chad form.
Alpha Chet form. Yep. This is him when he's not doing a desk job. Look what happens when you no longer work a 9 to 5.
There was
Yeah,
one
yeah.
other thing, but I don't remember what it is now. Oh yeah, Savik. Figured out he's a dragon. Now that dragons are an actual thing in this world, there must be more than one.
That I don't know. To be completely honest, I think I like Savek being one of maybe a few that live out there, but they are not a species that breeds anymore because there's so few of them and they hate each other. The way I kind of want to go about it. I would imagine
that.
fighting Savik. Oh man, I don't know what I would do for fighting Savik. He would just fly away. To be honest, you'd have to he'd be the most annoying fight ever.
That's what planar binding's for.
Yeah, but as someone who was supposedly a namer, he could probably just unbind himself and move on. He was never going to be a fight. Obviously, if anyone has found his stats, they are tens across the board.
Yeah, that's right. Him and Balmori have some of the funniest stats ever. Because up until that final session, Mori had like tens across the stat board as well.
Balmori, no, actually he didn't. He's had these stats for a while. Yeah,
I could have sworn he had. He got scanned at one point. He was tens across the board.
Was he? Because that's
so was Savik. Savik got scanned by the glasses and he had tens, and I laughed at that. Those glasses were the real MVP this campaign.
Oh,
I
hey,
do.
Really cool.
Yeah, I do like how they automatically pop up and fill out stuff. That's my favorite.
That was really nice.
there was the.
Hmm?
Ooh, that's a nice picture. There was the one cult leader we didn't kill, who's just kind of out in the world.
Yeah. That out of game was me kind of getting tired of the whole ordeal. So Eleanor
Mostly fair.
is I didn't really I was probably gonna do like this. Oh, you actually travel to like an alternate dimension. Literally things are breaking apart, pulling apart, and like cool. And then I just kind of got to it. I'm like, I'm really, really struggling here. And then it kind of all fell through. I'm like, I can't. I want to move on.
That's fine. I was just saying, like, it's a thread. I guess.
Yeah, Eleanor still survives into the future as a cursed creature that probably will still cause trouble in the future, but kind of, wants to survive just like the other ones kind of didn't realize it could. How did Aiden do? Aiden did have to perish from that ordeal.
Yes.
How does Bran take it?
Not well. I just got my god back and now they're gone.
Yeah, I must have missed that part. How did you manage to get your god back? Because we did try to fix it.
I went on top of a mountain and trained for months, talking with a god, a dragon, and an ancient being that we were told not to wake.
That was the board game aspect.
Yeah, I did a Batman. I went and trained with a bunch of Tibetan monks, but instead of monks, they were a dragon, a god, and an ancient demon.
I know I missed at least one session of that.
Yep. It was the fun session, because Brand didn't have any lore up until that session. A board game.
Right.
Yeah.
I just
Savik, Amagi, the sleeper, they're all out there now. Don't know what I'm doing
what
with the
about
sleeper.
that one bound that Merlin had an argument with, the one that prevented us from teleporting.
the
Pantheon.
The Pantheon?
Was it the Pantheon?
Yeah.
Presence, would you-
Pantheon is the human gods, pretending to be multiple gods and everything.
It was the one where we went into that realm of them. Was that?
That's Pantheon.
Yeah, it's Pantheon.
That's Pantheon. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Herendor had to clean up that mess that his followers were to help us in the preparations.
Eh. Did Merlin make a mess there? Really?
I mean, he wasn't very happy.
I mean, yeah, but mess is a big word for that.
There was a while, so I didn't know what to do with Merlin for a while. I wanted
Okay.
the whole ordeal to be that tattoo was obviously I wanted to bring back and use Daros more. But after a while of dealing with it, I kind of like was very hesitant about it. Like,
Oh,
you guys
why?
killed him, but you'd have to, like, he just came back. Why is he back? And I was gonna say the whole fight on the volcano top, that was just him fucking with your minds. And he actually left. That's why
Oh.
you never got his loot. He modified memory. That's why I made you guys roll a few wisdom saves, because he was actually using modified memory, not his other spell. But
It feels
and
like a sort of like a cop out type of thing, so I can understand
Exactly.
your hesitancy.
yeah. So eventually, I was like, it felt too much of a cop out, so I recanted all of it. But no, you guys also never really followed up on the whole who made Merlin's tattoo, because you just assumed Ignium, and I was fine with that.
Well, yeah, but that's how we got to where we went, no?
Well, it was a giant Ignium logo, so I mean, like,
Yeah, that was the whole thing. The issue was that I thought I put enough hints out there, but they all fell flat. You guys could have also just been like, oh, maybe he forgot. Like you just assume, we don't think that's what, Prez meant or whatever. It just didn't really align with the story at the time, so I moved on from it. I mean, it all played out just fine. It just was like one of the plot holes that I was really debating. And I remember having I had pages of stuff written out about how there are pros and cons and all this other stuff, and really what could have happened, and where would it go. And it was just kind of like, oh, they just go over and fuck up Daros once more, and it's kind of a boring fight.
the Daros fight was good as it was. Like, that was neat.
Yeah, once it's already good enough. As for it, Belfast was probably the best, and you guys really liked Serenor. Serenor was fun.
I liked him.
Which one was
I have a
which?
question, Presence. Serenor was the goblin dude inside of the mech suit. Belfast was the martial dude that I almost 1v1'd.
Oh yeah, those were both funny.
There was the mage who was a piece of shit to fight. Yeah.
I think I missed the opening on that one. I think I missed that episode. If I there's two sessions I missed that if I didn't miss, we would have ended on 69. But
So rough.
then there's also the 5 in the beginning I missed. So there's been more than there has been, but this is what we got.
Mm-hmm. I kind of want to play a paladin. Divine Spike doesn't work on ranged weapons.
Sure, Ken. I don't give a
Fuck
shit.
yeah!
I mean, I was thinking
Okay.
Paladin too. Be Paladin buddies.
Well, I'm going to be holding a shotgun.
Be the Amen.
Yes. New party name, the Amen. Thal, your options are a cleric or a paladin.
There's also Celestial Warlock, right? That can count.
Well, I will allow Circle of Stars Druid.
I was gonna say if I ever finish my damn White Witch, you can play that.
Divine Soul Sorcerer's on the table. You could play a bard.
Right,
So
we need
many
an
options.
orchestra.
But nah, I have to think between rogue and paladin now, because I think a shotgun with sneak attack would be funny.
Surprise!
Boom! You're dead. It's a realistic shotgun.
We also have to think about, do we want to stay with 5e or do we want to go to the 2024 edition?
As someone who plays both, it's up
Uh-huh.
to it's up to the DM.
Okay.
I will be using the stuff that's fun for the 2024 edition, but I mean, they just made Rangers worse. So
Yeah, they there's some subclasses I like from it, but like beyond that, a lot of it was like a horizontal move, and then Rangers and Druids just got worse.
You know, I get what they're trying to do with a druid, but you made like all the best stuff shit.
I'm playing a 2024 Druid in one of my games that I play. I play on Friday, and I'm doing a first aid. I'm not using Wild Shape for Wild Shape. I'm using it for my other subclass feature that gives me AC. Because Wild Shape is just ass.
And what about Daggerheart? Have we ever looked into that?
I have
So,
not looked into Dagger.
Sheen's actually running a Daggerheart adventure, and I am playing in one of them.
Oh,
It is
Oh,
quite
how is it?
interesting. The only thing I hate is the combat. The combat is literally there is a player turn and a GM turn. But the
Yeah.
players are encouraged basically to shout their turns, and then everyone's talking about what they want to do, and they're like, "Okay, then the guy does this," and then when I was in, I was like,
which in theory
I
is
wanted to do my turn after everyone's done yelling."
yeah, in theory that's nice, but like in practicality it doesn't work.
I think it
It's
depends
more
on
like
the
a-
party.
Yes, is why I said in theory it's nice. Because I've been in parties where people talk over people like I'm doing the presents right now. Sorry.
No,
But yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just to cement the point. Even if it's someone's turn and they're talking about something, people still have a chance to talk over you in normal D&D like systems. So
Like at the table with one of the players as like a designated leader, people are talking like, who's like controlling everyone. I could see like a fun narrative thing with the way Daggerheart does it, but a bunch of people online with mic problems and
So you are supposed to canonically pass the spotlight. So like, if I had an effect that just made like your character glow, I could be like, next it is your character. What are they doing? And then like, if someone wants to say, "Hey, next I got something," you could be, "Okay, I passed them the torch. And they get to take care of the scene now." Also does the thing of if I roll for a skill check, and it's always a thing in D&D. I roll for a skill check. Next fails it. The next immediate thing that comes out is, "Oh, I'll roll." And it's like, and I get that, which is fine. Like I roll with the fucking punch. It's great, but it's kind of like, okay, give me a second, to process everybody. And turn order would be just fine if we just had a turn tracker and it was players go first, and then the creatures all go. And the players all go, and that way I could keep track of everyone's turn.
And it'd be a series of actions where like initiative doesn't really matter, but it's just one person going at a time, so it's easier to track.
Yeah,
I know for when I do skill checks like that, I make everyone has the chance to roll if they want to, but I make sure everyone rolls that wants to roll first, and then you go off of those rolls, and you don't let one person go, and then afterwards let other people.
So I like a few things. I really like the fear system. I don't know what it really fucking does. I like the idea that you could still succeed. Basically, next you roll with advantage all the time, but one die means that it's fear that drives that.
I know
that success. Oh, okay,
I understand the fear hope system. It's just for me the combat just doesn't feel like it works for me. Like I get
well,
like
that could easily be thrown right back and just go regular 5e combat.
But I get like I'm down for like, let's say Hades and I are both martial characters. Like if we had like a shared turn, like just the two of us, like I could see that being narratively cool and working well. But when there's like 5 players 6 players and they're all going at once. Like,
We should
give me a turn
we
order.
should just be shoulder checking people at that point. Because Daggerheart's combat system is a lot more open ended than D&D's is. It's also less easy to game because
There are
Rules is-
things I like in
Yeah.
Daggerheart, such as
Rules is-
Go on.
rules
sorry.
written D&D. It's really funny because if you can get someone whose entire build is just grappling, knocking people prone is real easy in D&D.
Yeah.
Knock someone prone, grapple them. All right, cool. Beat the fuck out of their ass now.
There is a nice thing about Daggerheart where it goes, the player, hey, you can do this. Here's some ideas of how you might complete this task. You have to narrate how it's done.
Yes.
And the player gets to say, hey, I want to create a holy order the way I imagine it going about. And they like narrate all of it. And it's like, well, I have to also include downsides to what I want because I can't just always succeed. So it's like that. I like that idea. So I might read into Daggerheart to kind of push it into stuff in here.
I mean, go for it.
I do like their hope fear system. I'd rather import things that I like than actually play Dagger.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'd like it's less mechanically intense, which is fine, but I like my mechanically intense stuff. I like the crunchy. I like plus and minuses and fighters having all this stuff and mages doing weird things and kind of fucky wucky.
Yeah.
So I'll be pulling, like, I like the idea that monks in 2024 can deflect blows.
And
That's great.
It is sorry, it is such a cool ability to be like, yeah, it's no longer just fucking ranged weapons. You can deflect normal attacks.
Which,
Thank
like,
you, wizards.
Yeah, why not always? Like, that's. I can catch an arrow out of the air, but I can't roll my shoulder to lessen the damage.
And I like the Bone Wizard stuff. He's funny because I like some of the stuff he adds in.
Yeah.
I actually added in spells. There are new spells in this those acid spells. There's also a level 8 spell I found from 2nd edition, which is just hilarious.
I recently bought 2 of like their partnered content because it leans more into like the dark vibes I'm going for my campaign. So I've got access to a bunch of like fun subclasses and monsters that come from it. And it's so funny to be actually able to read Grim Hollow stuff and be like, hey, this has been adapted to be used in both 2014 and 2024 rules now. What kind of weird ass curses can I throw at my players? All of them is the answer.
Yeah, I did back the 2024 upgrade. I really got to check my Kickstarter to see if I got the PDFs yet.
Yeah, I got paid and I was like, fuck it, I've got nothing else to spend my money on currently. Let's go buy some D&D books for my campaign.
Because I do love the Grim Hollow stuff. I don't know how much of a justice I did when I ran it, but I do like the creepy shit.
They've added their own class called Monster Hunter, which is like Blood Hunter, but so much more like thematic for Grim Hollow.
Nice.
I've gotten to fuck around with it, and there's 2 of the subclasses that I love. One of them is their adaptation of Profane Soul. It's called the Occultist Guild, and the other one is Carver, which is my personal favorite like subclass for the class. So yeah, that was my other option that I was thinking. I'd have to talk to Presence about it and be like, can I use this?
Yeah, I like the Grim Hollow stuff, and I would like to add more into it.
Yeah, can I send you the stuff that I look at?
Yes, of course.
Awesome.
I think this foundry. I think your foundry has the Grim Hollow stuff in it.
We'll have to get
for
rid
my
of Weapon
campaign.
Masteries, because that's a 20. Are we gonna? That was the other thing is you said bring in 2024 stuff. What's your vibe on Weapon Masteries?
What's this weapon mastery now?
I think it's the exact same thing it was previously, where you can like do additional stuff with your weapon, like great axes and great swords cleave.
Yeah.
Quarterstaffs let you topple people.
Each
You
type
can
of
impose
weapon.
disadvantage on stuff.
So it's like I think like daggers have something where like it makes dual wielding daggers better, right?
Yeah,
like each
short
thing
swords
has a
give you
thing.
effects.
Every kind of weapon
I'm
has a
still
feature.
keeping martial techniques over this. The
Which is
novice
totally
abilities
fine.
will be altered a little bit, and there'll be less of it just deals damage and then does this other effect. It'll be like if you hit, you can deal this effect as like you're on top of thing for
Awesome.
each weapon.
Yeah,
I
I'm totally
like
cool with that.
the martial techniques. I will heavily alter the system, maybe make it less weird. But you did break it enough, Brand, that it gives me plenty to work with.
You're welcome.
It was like, hey, it's Brand's turn. All right, let me go make some food. I'll be back in like an hour.
Brand has decided in that dungeon on 3 separate occasions that combat was over and combat ended.
Who knew the fighter would be good at fighting?
Combine that with what was it, the bloodlust potion or whatever? That would have been
yeah. I don't need magic because I have the power of storytelling. The fight's over now. It was.
I also watched the whole thing on No More Secrets. Ask players to do things like if Brand has a secret, he should say at the table, be like, "Yeah, so my guy's running from the law, but you all don't know that yet."
Yes,
so
I
saw Seth Skorkowski video on it.
Very big about that recently as well. I'm like, secrets are dumb. I'm just gonna tell you, especially that we've been playing for a while now. I believe in you guys enough to be like, hey, you're gonna keep in-game knowledge outside of out-game knowledge, so that way I can ask the DM questions out loud and get answers.
So my only issue with that is remembering if it's a secret or not, because there's been multiple times where in the campaign where someone's been like, yeah, but there was this thing, right? And it's like, no, we don't know that, remember? Oh shoot, yeah, like.
Yeah, but that's just a quick 3-second clarification.
That's like a 20-second retcon being like, hey, I said this. Actually, that's a secret. Cool, I don't say it.
It also could just be you asking beforehand. His whole video was also on people shouting and yelling and role play wise, like saying my character shouts angrily at you, and then you role play the shouting because it's easier.
Yeah. I know I don't follow that one when we're online because I'm sitting in my own room and you can control the sound of my voice. So I can definitely work. If that's something we want to do, I can definitely work on that. But yeah, there's the big difference of being in person and not being in person when it comes to me controlling how loud I am.
Yeah, it all works. But I definitely would try to push players into more of their own narrative of what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Towards the end of this campaign, especially the last session, I was really trying to lean more into what you guys wanted to do. Hopefully, you guys got to do a lot. I feel like
we did.
I don't believe I tried to railroad too much. There was a few points where the railroad was there because I felt like the party and the group didn't really know what to do. So I was like, okay, pull up the railroad.
Well, you need guidance. You need a point, right? Like, is it railroading when the dungeon's in a specific location and then you need to go there? Like,
well, the last dungeon was very open. You guys could have just walked to Spiral Staircase and walked right down to the very final room.
As I say, we could have just jumped.
Nope, the jump, it kept going. So I would have said you fell into the magma.
Someone has Featherfall somewhere in this grand scheme of a billion one abilities we had by
sure.
the
yeah, but Featherfall isn't fly, so now you can fall into the magma slower.
Well,
how far down do you fall? I'm thinking it's like Spy Kids. You just keep falling forever.
I mean, I have rope and a grappling hook. The theory would have been that I could stop myself at some point.
So, what's going on with the other side? Like, was that thing gonna try to just replace Merlin and be Merlin? Like,
yes.
Other side.
Merlin?
What do you mean?
Merlin had another side. Merlin was pulling a Pathfinder move. What?
No, when I
Merlin was
was quote unquote dead. Or well, not quite yet. Well, I didn't jump into the sphere. There were basically a whole bunch of things observing me.
Oh, that fun thing. Okay, so the idea of that is you actually did see into the void. You saw outside the material world where all bound come from, and they're very hungry and cold and desperate, and that's the scary eldritchness of the world.
Other question that I need to ask, because I wasn't here for this session and I don't think I've ever answered. What happened to Merlin? Was he dead? Was he not dead? What happened between him falling off the boat and showing up years later in the fucking
Merlin,
desert?
do you want to describe what you know?
Yeah, Merlin, tell me.
Sure. So as far as I'm aware, Merlin disintegrated. Merlin disintegrated, and so did Phalion.
No. When you fell off the ship.
Oh, with the boat.
In the ice scald.
Right. I gotta think for a second there, but I do want to answer.
Yes, please do, because that has not been answered to me. I was under the impression that we were in permadeath land, I was told you died, and then all of
Yeah.
a sudden you're back, and I was very much like, we got rid of permadeath.
So what happened was, while we were on the ship still, an offhand comment at some point was made where it said, if you're starting to stop feeling cold, go the opposite way. It's wrong, it's very bad, because it means that your nerve system is shut down, basically stuff like that.
Yes.
Merlin fell off the ship, or he was thrown off rather. He tried to rescue the other dude that fell over. He didn't manage to find him, unfortunately. The water elemental tried, but didn't find him.
My boy.
Yeah, it was really sad. But by the time that Merlin was like, okay, I can't find him anymore, the ship was too far to catch up. So the problem was that it was being carried by a water elemental inside of the ocean, the freezing ocean. So he was starting to get colder and colder and colder. And at some point, he saw a light, and he was like, "Oh God, that's warmth," or something along those lines. And he was like, "Oh, the closer I get, the less cold I feel, so it's good." So he went for it. Turns out that in the end, that was basically him dying, pretty much. But at the last second, what I thought was gonna be Ignium rescued him, gave him an offer to become a warlock of it. And that was the plan that I had to give Merlin multi-class.
Wow.
Neat.
So, I don't remember any of that. No. The idea was, Thal said, I kind of want to play a paladin. So, I was like, well, what do we do with this guy? And he's like, oh, can we make him and then maybe become a warlock or something along those lines? It came up that he wanted Merlin to become a warlock. I'm like, well, why don't we just do like a fake death? It's always fun. During some of the thing at sea, you did fall off. And then, where was it? The ship list, you try to keep balance, railing is ice, gloved hand. Yeah, you fall, slip off the side, and then you start to freeze in the water. I don't remember saving the other guy, but I think that was all in the moment.
Well, yeah, that was in the
played
moment.
that out, and then I was just trying to kill you off in the end, and you did see Ignium, which is where the other part of that retconning came in, was like, oh, but what if it was Daros that somehow picked you up? And it was so hard for me to justify it within the world. It ended up just being, Ignium was helping, and maybe someone corrupted Ignium's tattoo or something along the line of that. The idea that Ignium saved you in the sea kind of fits with Ignium. He was the savior of the sailors, and the fates didn't want you dead yet because you had a role to play.
Yeah, what did the fates think we were gonna do for it?
Banish Oblivion, the demon within it, or Balmori's idea was the fates brought you here, and we're just having you release it because you killed the guardians of the vault and weakened it. Every time one of those guardians died, Oblivion was closer to being released.
Well, then we killed Hitler and killed Oblivion and Fate. As such, problem
time. I guess I'm a little regretful that while in the mind area, I feel like if people failed their wisdom, they should have also disintegrated in there. And that would have made the permadeath there too. You're trying to call it to each other's names, but they kind of get wispier, and then eventually, Bran's gone forever. Bye.
Yeah, because Bran rolled see, this is the thing we're changing him, having a high wisdom character next time.
And then I always try to pick on your weakest abilities, Mr. Min-Maxer.
It wasn't on purpose. It just, I had 3 stats that were a 10. You could have picked int or charisma saves, and I still would have fucking sucked at them.
The wisdom saves was basically because in the end I was like, Herondor can probably win this for everybody.
Also, it's funny because wisdom is like the general, like everyone had good wisdom, but
I
Oh
had
no,
a-
I also had shit wisdom.
Oh,
I have
good.
amazing wisdom. I have a +10.
Wait, did we all have shit wisdom then? Because I remember, now that I think about it, Sunak also had piss wisdom, and he was a monk.
Yeah, pretty much. Valiant at a 12. Merlin was at a 10, but took a hit. Oh no, was at a 12 and took a hit, became a 10.
Man, I had a 13. I was like,
There you go.
But my
didn't
wisdom
have
was
bad wisdom.
my wisdom was literally 20 at the end. Like I had all the wisdom.
Yes, there's another spell like that, and it has one of my favorite names ever. It's called Buried Alive. It puts people 10 feet under the fucking ground, and they're
Yeah.
restrained.
Do you see
Yeah.
this power word sync? Yeah, you just
I do.
basically
It's fun. I
induce
love
it.
that.
That
Yeah.
makes me think of the one move in Avatar that was only ever done once, but probably would have changed the entire damn show.
You mean most earthbending moves?
Yeah.
Man, if people stopped throwing rocks everywhere and decided like, hey, the ground below you is now like quicksand, get fucked. That the Earth Kingdom would have been so much better off.
That
Oh
war
my
would
God,
have been
they're throwing
over
rocks at
immediately.
us.
Where's all the
They're throwing rocks
firebenders
at
down
us.
there?
Also, if Earthbenders weren't pacifists, hey, you like breathing? Now you don't.
Oh, the
You mean
airbenders?
airbenders, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I
Press.
did say Airbenders, but yeah.
Yes,
Press, I found the text that you wrote for the part where Merlin died on the ship. Want me to post it in Discord or leave it as be?
for the your
For the
death.
rest to read if they want.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, it's up to you because I can't. I'm just trying to see. There was a few plot holes out there, and I just want to get them answered because yeah, I probably forgot things. I am only human.
Message too long.
I think I forgot
So
most of them anyway.
This tattoo demon that someone traded it away something important to.
Yeah, that was that whole plot line.
Okay.
If Merlin actually be bound to Daros and not realizing it, and Daros was using you guys to basically get ideas from or wake the sleeper, like get information from the sleeper, and then find where this vault was. Okay, so this was all canonically in my head. It probably never got out there. The only person who knew where the wellspring was Savik when he gave it to the Silent Order. Which at one point we called the Blight Lords. I changed it because that just sounded so fucking 13-year-old.
The Silent Order or the Blight Lords?
The Blight Lords.
It did, but that was funny.
So Savik was the only one that knew about it. Daros kind of was like, oh well, we'll just keep up with Savik was doing. We'll fucking turn this world into a nightmare for our kid. At one point they were supposed to be all Elder Vampires, but I like that I changed that up at the very end. And then they need to figure out where the fucking the vault was. They didn't really actually know. So it's going to be that Merlin was basically your eyes and ears for Daros as he watched you guys go in there, and they were just following you the entire time, deeper in. You did see them following you when you went through the grasslands, because the grass people, the steppe people there were like, yeah, we killed them all. A few of them escaped, but we killed most of them for you. You're welcome.
We just kind of just breezed right past that.
Oh, I wanted it to be like they're just not helpless people too. Like they're like, yeah, we saw an ambush up ahead, so we just murdered them all for you.
I mean, that's nice,
like,
and like we were the ones being escorted instead of the other way around.
Yeah, they were like, you had like a whole Esharan company with you, and they know how to fight. So some geeky little idiots from Aquarius are like, oh, we'll just hide up ahead. They're like, yeah, so we murdered them all. I mean, there's a few that died.
They showed up in the grassland without any mounts. They proceed to get fucked.
Yeah, horse archers are fun.
Horse archers statistically still win games, even if there's magic involved.
Speaking of fights, the fight with the assortment of Silent Order people after we explored the sleepers place was fun. That was nice. Yeah. I like that. I was like busting through the wall and I'm gonna sneak up behind and
my god, I made so many things for the Silent Order.
Yeah, I was wondering like how much we missed out on in that case. Because it felt like at some point we just It's a lot of different dudes.
That's just the Shars people. Yeah, we remember the Breaker. The Breaker was fun.
Breaker was fun.
Sarah.
That one dude that one person that Sudok fought in a 1v1 and it took 8 years.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, the monk dude.
That's
missed out on that
Belfast.
No, not even the monk dude. The Belfast follower who used a fucking gun like Sudok did, but the opposite was
yeah.
like you were supposed to like learn that they knew how you fought and you were supposed to change it up or do something out of the ordinary, and that he was like, nah, I'm just gonna keep doing the exact same thing.
Wait, that bug stuff. That was the stuff that we saw in Ashara, no?
No,
Or
bug
in,
stuff was the goblin in the mech suit that you killed with a fucking bear trap on a stick.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, on a chain.
So there was one bug that we had in the at the end of Sunok's story. Do you remember when we went underneath the temple?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We were fighting the woman, the usurper woman, and then there was just like giant
Yeah.
fucking bug.
Yeah, so that was
That
also
kind of came out of nowhere for me. And then never got followed up on, as far as I know.
So there was an idea at one point, like I said, they were Blightbirds, that thing was working for. They were all working to bring back Oblivion. That kind of in my head, I eventually was like, that's kind of dumb. I remember it. Where is it? I forget its name. I just thought it was like in my Oblivion folder. Fuck, I don't actually know what it's called. Oh, the Durgaloth.
Diddleroff?
Yeah, that one.
Durgaloff? Durg?
Yeah.
Durgaloth.
As far as it really would have became is Daros had persuaded it because Daros was the one controlling her in the end.
There was another one that was controlled. I see.
You never saw a Magma Strider, I know that. Same with the Silt Wisp and same with the Stone Shaper.
Man,
that was
sounds fun.
all going to be part of the Eleanor story, but they didn't really make it. There. That was everything I made from the Silent Order. So so just a few creatures, and each one had like varying abilities. Like I don't think you ever fought like the Hellbind champions of. You didn't fight a lot of Belfast's minions.
Sadly, no.
And I don't think Phalion was there to fight Theragon, right?
Who was he again?
Monk.
No.
No.
He did.
Oh yeah, he did. He had like
we waited for Phalion to come there.
Oh, right. You guys fought all the other ones, and then there was one left that was.
And we specifically waited for you to do it.
Yeah, Belfast was just like +3 DR for each one of those champions you left awake. And I wanted to make one more for like Merlin and Herondor, but really was like running low on juices that week. And I was like, you know what? They don't really need it because they're just like the casters. Who cares? Like Belfast is all martial.
Why do we care about the casters?
Now, why does Belfast care about the cast?
Well, we don't care either because you're casters.
So Belfast was fun. Serenor was fun. Daros had wasn't as fun.
Did we ever fight Fires? Yeah, we fought Fires, right?
Yeah, look at him.
There was, I think there was one that we didn't fight in the end.
Yeah, Eleanor.
Okay.
Let me turn off the shadows. There's Resurgence.
Yeah. What is
Yeah,
his weakness?
his entire story was just like, oh, he just steals grand wizards and recruits them into his army. Uh,
Yes,
yeah,
that
it's
dude.
funny.
Okay, I gotta know. Oblivion itself. Did you at some point have in mind that it was gonna be a fight? And if so, what kind of fight did you have in mind?
The since the inception, I never expected Oblivion to be a real fight.
Yeah, Presence I
At
have
one
talked
point,
about it.
I talked to Bram like it's hard to stat block a god. That's not just instantly going to
Yeah.
crush you. Like
Yeah, that's fair.
the thing that can topple an entire empire with just simply tapping on a shield and incinerating it, and yet summons all these other things. I mean, you fought a lot of Oblivion-ness creatures.
Yeah, the stuff that came from the void and started like tearing apart by just being in this dimension, right?
Yeah, I'll
Yep.
put them all out.
So what did you have in mind that Oblivion would look like? Because you said it was the demon that inhabited Oblivion or something like that?
Oblivion was just that cloud of darkness had just descended and obliterated everything. At one point, when I gave Brand a vision, it literally was like this massive, like
Wow.
world-sized entity that just basically snuffed out all life.
How did it came to be?
How did it come to be?
Yeah. Is it just
the lore implications were when the fates began, and there was that one thing that you saw in the temple. The fates basically were like, oh, wretched creatures and stuff like that, and it started eating it, realized it could bind things into it. So it started binding smaller deities into it, and then larger and larger, and then started becoming a force onto itself of consuming all bound. Once it consumed all bound, it was the god. Halfway through that, Balmori came to the firstborn, Oblivion, and gave him the Wellspring, this ancient artifact that, was like, yeah, you shouldn't be giving this to me. It's like, well, you're the only ones who can resist it. So Demon Lords got together, resisted it, but in the end, when Oblivion saw it, like, the horizon was the fates coming towards it, and he realized that he couldn't. Everybody else was going to flee and run away, so he ended up binding everybody around him, all the rest of the bound, binding it to him to fight the fates, and then it basically became a yin yang. The fates trying to suppress him while trying to devour everything, and eventually, when Oblivion had its power, it would just take over and kill everything because it was such its state of mind had been destroyed by then. Like Oblivion was never going to be a thinking entity. It would just focus on destruction. But it can't kill itself. So the Fates can't kill Oblivion. Oblivion can't kill the Fates. And every time it got out, it ate everything and gained more power. So
should I see all of these creatures?
Yeah, this
here?
is Oblivion. This was all the Oblivion stuff.
Yeah, but should I have seen these as the previous
so,
bound that he bound to himself and he now put forward? Or
yes, each one of these would have technically been a god at some point.
Right.
Whether or not they all
destroyed by
come
Oblivion, bound to him, etc. Yeah.
These I imagine might be the actual devil gods, like the actual demon lords. I'm not sure. We'll see how they evolve over time.
Okay.
I had fun. I had fun making a lot of stuff. Like, you don't want to see the actual. Here, why don't I just do it? Bestiary. Observer. There. Now you guys can see the lists and lists of creatures I have.
I think it hasn't loaded for me yet.
Oh, I didn't actually save it. There you go. Oh, I'm trying to do it. I guess I can't do it to the massive folder. Huh, that's interesting. I can do it. I know one way to do it.
Really need to finish some of my projects, but like,
There we go. I
Oop.
just gave everyone GM. Because really, there's nothing left to
Guess
really
that's
hide
one
here.
way to do it.
I'm God now? Wahaha. The
nah.
madness is mine.
Oh, we skipped a level in the underneath the tower. What did we miss?
Oh, the tower. I can just if you go to scenes, hold on, I'll just toggle them all.
It's loading.
The
Oh
descent.
my god, there's
the
so
other
many
descent.
more icons on the left.
The more descent.
Where is scenes? I don't know.
Top left. That one no one cared about. Yeah, that was that. Okay.
Oh, I see.
The whole top left layout changes if we move up to the next version.
So we'll go to the first level so you can kind of see what was around here. You avoided the snakes. The snakes were fun.
We missed the snakes? No.
Oh yeah,
We did avoid the snakes, yeah.
because we went up and then we had other people deal with this problem, then we went down.
Yeah, you guys ended up towards the top, and you went down the stairwell instead from there. At level 2, the next one over, there's more of just walking around. There'd be more seers and stuff. You ended up in that pit. This is where the map kind of gets confusing because it goes up and down at the same time. So, like, it's hard to navigate.
This is where I convinced those bug dudes, right?
Yes, at level
Yeah.
2 in the center.
And then instead of going and exploring this floor and finding all this stuff, we just went downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went downstairs from here. This was where this was the funny part. You went down on the left side. We're like, fuck that, that's too creepy. And then you went back up and down on the right side, and not
Yeah.
much changed.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that blood trail leading to a door. No thanks, let's go over here.
There were secret doors, but Nex never got close enough to them.
Oh yeah, I see one right here.
This floor, I didn't. At this point, I really ran out of stuff. So by level 4, it really was just trying to get the finale done. Like I didn't really much care about anything else besides the finale. If that makes sense. Like as soon as you guys got down here, I was like, I don't even care about the side rooms. Somehow you double back, and I was like, I don't know what to do here. Fuck. Yeah, some giant crystal, and then fucking Sunok steals it. I'm like, it's supposed to be like a defender of this. What if it's the name? And I was just fucking rolling with the punches at that point.
They completely just fucked themselves over.
I don't know. That was like future me. Like that's when you say like the ghoul had a cape, and you're like, oh cool, I'll take the cape. And you're like, I don't know what this does. But then like an adventure 2 later, someone goes, what did the cape do? And you go,
Nothing. It's a cape.
nothing. But then they go and talk to an NPC. She goes, where'd you get that cape? My husband used to wear that cape. Boom.
Magic.
Ghoul was her husband. You know, like, oh shit, how did you pay off that much? It's like, I didn't. I just wrote down that you had a cape. And, you know, it's a future plot hook to use. This is a surprise tool we'll use later.
Wait, there was a secret door here on the right? At the tablet, the ancient part?
Oh, down here.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's that for. I think it would have just been like the richest room where they had loots and stuff, but didn't really make
Damn
sense.
it, we missed out on loot, guys.
Yeah, but we're also rich
I'll
and
be-
famous, so I don't know.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
take
that's fair.
5. I need to use the restroom.
Sure.
So I'm almost done with Omega. My Omega compendium.
What?
I've been making it so you can build your character in Foundry with all of the features happening like automatically.
Ooh.
It doesn't like the feature itself doesn't necessarily work because I'm trying to do it without modules, so there like isn't Midicule automating things. But it's like you pick your class, you drag and drop your class in your character sheet, it autofills in all the stuff. You drag and drop your race, it autofills in all the stuff. You know, like and then as you level up, it autofills in all the stuff without needing to use plutonium or any other kind of modules.
Okay.
I have I have my character idea for next campaign.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Yes. Yes.
I'm torn between two things because I want to play a paladin, but I also want to just have a. I've played a barbarian like 5 times in games that have all died. Like,
Yeah. I will no longer be playing a paladin.
okay,
Okay.
I will be playing. I will still be using a shotgun though. It's very integral to my character's identity.
Are you gonna be a rogue?
Nope.
Are you gonna be what's it called again? Ranger?
Nope.
gonna be a hexblade warlock with a hexblade shotgun.
Nope.
Are you gonna be a barbarian with a shotgun?
It's a brilliant idea, but nope.
That'd be so funny.
Lingering soul with a shotgun.
Nope.
I still want to do that. Just presence won't let
Wait,
me.
are you gonna be some sort of caster with a shotgun?
Nope.
Okay, just tell us. What are you gonna be?
I'm gonna be a monster hunter.
Yeah, I guess that works.
Me and my shotgun. I'm gonna go kill people. Their stuff.
I feel kind of bad I wasn't very useful in that last fight because I kept concentrating on the thing, but I also just love the flash of genius of like, hey, Bran, land.
Yes, it was awesome.
Brand really went ham on that fight.
I only had one
He
turn.
was the main character. He had 2 turns.
Yeah, sorry, I had 2 turns. The first one and the last one.
I feel like there's a disparity in the game with like saving throw stuff. Like I get that mind screwing stuff is going to be wisdom, but there's so much mind screwing stuff and not a lot of like how often do you actually do a charisma save? You know, like
Any sort
Wait,
of
Afgafar
mind
was CR 21? Holy shit.
CRs are bullshit, man.
Yeah, CRs make no sense. I killed a CR5 vampire last night in 1 turn. As a level 4. Yeah, vampires are kind of... CRs are bullshit. Because Dean was like, yeah, this should be a tough fight. And I was like, cool. It's the day and we're inside of a building that's made of wood. The roof's gone. The vampire's dead.
Fair enough.
CRs are a projected level of danger, not a real level of danger.
It's a mathematical based danger. It just doesn't account for like
Magic.
this strange ability it has that literally shuts down your entire party, so you're helpless. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't get factored into the math. I can't remember what it was. There was something like a CR3 creature that can kill an entire party if the DM knows what he's doing. Like kill like a level 15 party because it has some bullshit ability.
Yeah, I remember something like that, but no clue what it was, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Omega's almost done, but only for the legacy content because
Yeah, because we're under the impression
doing
we didn't
that.
think we were doing. So we'll see.
Well, I mean, I'd want to move into it just to have all of it, but like it's like 2 years, and I'm not done with it. And it's not because it's hard; it's because it's tedious, and I get bored and I go do other things. But it's like the final stretch. All of the abilities and all the features for the classes are done, and the subclasses are done. I just need to drag and drop them in place, and then you get like a proficiency, add that, and then it's done.
Holy shit! Wendigos are CR3s. That's terrifying.
Huh?
Write that down. Write that down.
I have all the monsters. I have most of the items, all the spells. Maybe not all. I'll have to look through. I'm sure something got added. Oh, that's right. I was going to make a spell. I'm going to make a spell called Spike, but I don't know what it's going to do. I just like the name. Gotta build a spell around it. Thinking magical piercing. I don't know.
Also, XP is dumb.
Yes.
I miscalculated one time, and now my PCs are all level 15.
I don't like the idea of someone missing a game because life is life, and then like permanently being behind everybody else.
Yep.
I agree.
I get the idea of like I can use handing out XP as a reward for doing a cool thing. Yeah, but then like now you got a guy who was behind a game, and now you got another guy who did a cool thing, and now you got a guy who's ahead of everyone forever, and a guy who's behind everyone forever. Like, what balance? Hello.
What I miss?
Not much weird stuff.
You know, nothing really. Omega is almost done. I just need to attach things to things, and then it's done. Like all the features are made.
Nice. Still doing my whole itch deck because everything's kind of made. Mostly, I do want to rebalance weapons and stuff. It'll be fun. We'll have fun in the next campaign, guys. I don't know what it'll be or where it'll be or anything, but it'll be fun.
I'm looking forward to it.
Were there any other questions? Anything I missed?
Trying to think, but no, I don't think so.
Well, I'm glad there weren't that many plot holes. I thought there was a lot more.
If there were, they were
Probably
small
is.
enough to not matter.
Yeah, I mean,
It's been 68 episodes.
yeah, over a year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Things get forgotten.
So like feel like I'm good.
Is there anything you guys want to add with your characters? You definitely can, or work together. I mean, we have an adventuring guild with a holy order of Ignium, which is to lead each other to the greater good. I imagine his symbol would be more towards that, such as refuse.
Refuse?
Not refuse.
God of shit.
Will be nice to actually have the weekend to myself for once.
Yeah. So I'm saying, like, take your time. It's okay.
I sent you the link to my questioning of the class that I want to play. So in your own time.
Oh, I have to add to cart.
No, fuck that. Okay, give me like half a second.
$40.
Goddamn D&D Beyond piece of garbage. All I want you to do is show to someone a goddamn class. Instead, you gotta be a piece of shit. Fine, we'll do it the hard way.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. I'm just gonna motherfucking
So, I want to work things from the ground up. I like the idea of what I did with point by species. In a sense, I would like to give people the ability to like design their character more. I'm still probably going to stick with the original idea of there's like human elves and dwarves, but I mean, we also fucking have minotaurs now and ogrim and all this other stuff. I like to add those in as well. As far as like quote unquote point buy, I'm gonna give everybody like you choose what your guy looks like. You get a +2 and a +1, and then you get a martial, like a in combat skill, and out of combat social skill, and like a back, maybe like a third kind of like overall, maybe tradesman or what did you used to do kind of skill. And that way, everyone kind of is starting off on different footings and gets to choose different things and have fun with it without it being like, oh, I'll just min max and pick sharpshooter feat because I'm ranged. So we'll see how that all goes. Um, Obviously, balance has never been something I strived for. Balanced enough, but not super balanced.
Reformat this. Dun 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 dun.
All right, I'm a go.
Oh, is it done already?
This is
Alrighty.
Yeah.
it's definitely
Ladies.
fun. It's good times.
Yeah, tell Lucy it is done. This was just the wrap up. Close everything out, and I'll eventually announce when things are ready.